discovering that bills starting with L came from San Francisco's Federal Reserve, while B meant New York and K meant Dallas. They learned that Series 2013 bills had Treasury Secretary Jack Lew's signature, while Series 2009 had Timothy Geithner's, and that certain serial ranges were issued in specific years. They then created templates that produced numbers that looked real enough to pass, but unique enough to avoid detection. But even with perfect printing on perfect paper, the bills still felt wrong, which led to the breakthrough that changed everything. In a Lima kitchen, someone discovered that flour, carpenter's glue, and water could fool the world. Mix them in exactly the right proportions: 1 part flour, 2 parts glue, 4 parts water, and you get a compound that contracts as it dries, pulling flat paper into ridges that feel exactly like 20 tons of pressure. Too much flour and it cracks. Too much glue and it stays sticky. Too much water and it soaks through the paper. Get all 3 just right, and you've simulated intaglio printing. But just figuring out how to do it right and doing it at scale are 2 different things, which is where these people came in. The workers you see here dipped their fingertips in this mixture and applied it to Franklin's jacket, the security seal, and the serial numbers, everywhere your fingers expect to feel raised printing. After months of practice, their fingers became instruments sensitive enough to detect variations smaller than 1 millimeter, applying exactly the right amount of pressure to create the subtle inconsistencies found in real money. This step turned each one from obvious fake to something that would fool bank tellers who handle thousands of bills daily. The process couldn't be mechanized because machines create patterns that are too perfect and uniform, exactly the kind of consistency that paradoxically screams counterfeit. Real intaglio printing has random variations where pressure meets handmade plates, imperfections that your brain recognizes as authentic even if you don't know why. Making perfect fakes required adding imperfection by hand. It took them 30 minutes per bill. But despite solving this massive hurdle, the criminals had to overcome their most difficult challenge yet, using a method never seen before. Look at a real $100 bill against the light and you'll see a dark line running vertically through it, the security thread that says USA 100 in tiny letters and glows pink under UV light. This thread is embedded when the paper is made, woven into the fibers themselves, impossible to add afterward, unless you're willing to do something nobody thought counterfeiters would ever attempt. The counterfeiters created their own safety strips, thin plastic printed with microscopic USA 100 text and coated with UV reactive chemicals. Then they soaked bills for exactly 4 minutes, just long enough to soften the paper without destroying it, a window discovered through hundreds of ruined attempts. Using surgical needles designed for eye operations and magnifying glasses, workers threaded these strips through the bills, maintaining the exact angle and depth of real security threads. Get the angle wrong by even a few degrees and the thread surfaces too quickly or creates bumps that scanners detect. Thread it too deep and it's invisible. Too shallow and it's obvious. Each bill took 5 to 10 minutes of threading, requiring steady hands, perfect vision, and the patience to repeat the same motion thousands of times. When the bills dried, something remarkable happened. The paper fibers closed around the threads